Welcome to the On Pace podcast. We're here today with Ramy Nachar, who is a Lebanese triathlete and 2 times national champion, where he won back-to-back national titles in 2013 and 2014. Ramy raced his first Ironman 70.3 in 2014, Aix-en-Provence in France, and raced in the toughest triathlon series, including the Ironman 70.3 World Championship 2018. He's currently in full preparation mode for another Ironman 70.3 World Championship 2019 that will take place in Nice, France. Ramy, what's up?
Hey man,
How's it going?
all is good. What about you?
Pretty good too, man. Thanks for doing this.
My pleasure, man. Always a
Awesome.
pleasure.
So before the podcast, we were talking a bit about your background. We kind of have a similar one. You went from
Okay,
being a 7-time national taekwondo champion and
that's right.
switched over to being a triathlete. That's pretty similar
Yeah.
to my background. I was
Mm.
a professional Muay Thai fighter
Oh,
for
really?
nearly 10 years. Yeah.
Nice.
And I switched over to running marathons and soon ultra marathons.
Uh-huh.
So why'd you switch over? What happened?
Well, that's a big question. That's a big question to start with. Well, usually, like in my country, like in Lebanon, we don't have like the correct sports orientation that we supposed to have
Yeah.
at school since like 3 years old or 4 years old. So martial arts, specifically like taekwondo, is a like it's a really famous, let me say, or familiar sports in Lebanon. So I started doing taekwondo fighting since I was like 5 years old until the age of 19, 20.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, but I started like practicing like it was not like professional professional Ironman training. It was like training 3 to 4 times a week. I was like competing every 3 to 4 months. But I was always wondering, like at the age of 16, 17, why I'm doing this, why I'm not in the Olympics. So why I'm always winning nationals and I'm not going anywhere, like further. So I started questioning my coach, and he told me like, Ramy, this is like only like for doing a hobby. It's not for profession. Like, it's not for like winning gold, Olympic medals or going to the world championship. But I still remember I told him, coach, like I always dream of working or being a professional athlete, like making a living from fighting or generally from sports, not from proper education so taekwondo was like, he told me like, Ramy, you are too old now to do it for a living. So he told me maybe you can coach taekwondo and do something else. So and then I decided to switch to something like more hardcore, and I didn't expect triathlon or Ironman. So it just happened, like, I don't know, out of nowhere, out of nowhere.
How, how did it just like,
Like,
how did the idea come?
in 2009, like we had the some U.S. Army in Lebanon from the
Yeah.
U.S. Embassy. We met those really nice guys, and they told us, guys, do you know something about that triathlon? And we had some 5 or 6 soldiers from the UN, United Nations, and we
Yeah.
told them no. And they said, we need to do some triathlon in Lebanon. And we said, okay, let's do it. And we were like 10 to 20 people from Lebanon. And we did our
Yeah.
first triathlon race in 2009. And I loved it. I came second. I don't know how. I don't know how I came second overall. It was an Olympic distance, and I was
Oh
really
man.
happy about it. Yeah, I was really happy about it, and I said, "This is my sport. Like, this is what I wanted. I always wanted to do. Maybe since I was 4, instead of doing taekwondo."
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I was feeling like I was wasting all this time. Okay, I got my black belt and everything. It was like a kind of a success story, but I didn't go to the Olympics or we didn't qualify to the Worlds. It was only like doing it nationally,
Yeah.
and then it started to grow.
Yeah, and I guess it's a great background for getting into long distance because of all the hard work you have to put in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what is the Olympic distance? What was the first one?
It's 1.5 kilometers of swimming in the open water sea. Then you need to buy for 40 kilometers, and then you run a 10k running. It's a really easy. Listen, it's not an
Easy.
for me the half Iron really the half Ironman distance is the most easy distance. Believe me, ever. It's not a fast race. It's not long. It's not short. I believe it's a fast race. Like you can swim 1.9, bike for 90 kilometers, and then run 21. Like it's super fast. But believe me, like doing an Olympic triathlon, like all out for 1.5 in the sea, then all out doing 40k, then all out 10k. This is really hard.
It's anything with swimming is hard for me. I can't stand it.
So what about you? You do some Olympic triathlon races, right?
No, no triathlons. It's all marathons, and I'm building up
Marathon.
to
Okay.
ultra marathons. Yeah.
Ultra marathons, like Marathon des Sables, yeah, and some UTMB races, right?
Yeah, I'm working up to that stuff. I'm really
Okay,
trying to qualify for Boston in a few months.
nice.
First year of training, so if I get there, I'd be pretty happy with that for my first year.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you can do it, man. You know, like we're from the same background, the
Oh, yeah.
fighting, endurance, hardcore background.
It takes a lot of grit and anger to get through those races.
Indeed.
So let's keep going with this. So you won back-to-back races in 2013 and 2014 at a national level.
Yes, right.
What were your
The
times?
the
How'd you do that?
uh, it was it was a sprint distance, 750 meters swimming,
Yeah.
20k bike, and 5k run. Even
Okay.
easier and easier. So even I believe me, I was very surprised. The first the first Olympic triathlon I did in 2009, I did something close to 256. So
Yeah.
not, and it's not like my worst performance, which is normal, kind of normal.
Yeah.
Then whenever I won the national championship, I did like 135. You know, like it's not,
That's pretty good.
for Lebanon. Yeah, for Lebanon, you know, it's a new sport. Even like we didn't had any like organizing like a federation or organizing company, or you know, like it was not under the ITU, International Triathlon Union umbrellas, so it was only local.
Yeah.
So we were doing it locally. Uh, and still I'm not that good, and so I'm still doing now. I can do like I can do 113 on a sprint distance, so I'm not a sprinter. I can do 1 hour 13, 1 hour 12, so I'm
It's
not
not
a
your race.
sprinter. Yeah, I'm a long distance athlete, so the more you can put me on longer distances, the more I can perform. Even the more I love it. Like I love it, like whenever you tell me let's go for a 300 kilometers bike ride instead of doing like a 20 kilometers all out, right?
Yeah, I find it's probably about the same for my body. Like I perform a little better and more consistent at the longer distance. When I
Uh-huh.
have to when I do the 10K, I burn out pretty quick. But when I'm
Yeah,
running the marathon, I can keep like I don't know
exactly.
170 pulse and keep it there pretty much the whole race.
Yeah. You need like 6 to 7 Ks to warm up, right?
Yeah, I definitely
Same
need
thing
that
for
much.
me. Yeah.
That's when my body like turns on and is finally like working properly. The
Yeah.
first 6 to 7, usually a lot like slower, and then I can mid race I get a little bit faster,
Yeah.
and then at the end I just try to keep it tapered.
Hmm.
So how many athletes are from Lebanon now? Is it growing as a sport there?
Yes. Like competing on the national level, or you mean like competing on the international level, or you want the overall number as a sports?
I would say overall because you said it started off basically with you for the first one, right?
Yes, and some others also. Like we were the first team. Let me say it. Like I believe in teamwork, so we were the first team. Let me say it. It's not only about me. Like
Yeah,
who founded the sport in Lebanon. We were the first like 7 to 8 person like athletes who just like who wanted to start, or let me say to found the sport in Lebanon, because we wanted something new. not only cycling, not only swimming, not only athletics, or not only running, or not even the marathon, because we have the best marathon, or even the first marathon in the whole Middle East, North African area. So
Yeah.
we said we want something more than a marathon and more than only doing cycling races. So we said, why not doing something different? And it was now, to answer your question, we have around like a 500 to 600 triathletes, which is
Ooh,
okay
pretty
for
good.
a 4 million population.
Yeah.
So
It's definitely
yes,
grown quite a bit then.
yes. I need to mention something really important for you and for your audience also, that okay, we don't get any kind of support from the federation or from the government, like in Europe or like in the States or like in Russia. So what makes, you know what I mean, what makes
Yeah, yeah.
triathlon or X another sport, even if you excel and even you have a chance to go to the Olympics, it's still gonna be hard for you. Even if you have the culture and you don't have the support to grow this sport from a, we call it état zéro in French, from nothing to something, you need an investment. You know what I mean? You need to invest
Yeah,
in
yeah.
people. You know, you need to invest in talents, not only for me, for the younger generation, and for someone who's older than me, maybe he's better than me. So yes, so we didn't have this since 10 years ago, and even till now, we're not having this. So what makes it harder to grow the triathlon scene from 500, or let me say from 50 plus athletes per year? Maybe
Yeah.
if you have the correct funding and support, maybe you can have 300 athletes plus per year to organize more races. Yeah, you know.
So what do you go, what's your like training routine? Like, do you have a team? Do you, what, what's
Okay.
that like?
A- At the moment, I'm moving to Belgium in 2 months from now,
Yeah.
maybe 3 months, but it's gonna be between June or July. I'm gonna move to yeah, I'm gonna move to Belgium, because like 3 years ago, I said to myself, it's happening. Like I'm rewriting the same story as I did with Taekwondo. So I'm winning nationals and I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so I decided to go international. I've contacted two times world champion, 4 times world champion in Ironman, 2 times Kona world champion, and 2 times Olympic distance world champion, and 1 time European champion, Coach Luc van Lierde from Belgium. So I've contacted him, and I
Nice.
asked him, yes, if I can please be one of your athletes. I followed him to Canary Islands, to Lanzarote, to do performance tests, and he said, Ramy, you are nobody in terms of performance, but you have yeah, but he told me, yes, but you have potential to go somewhere, and I will accept to coach you. Until now, we are building since 3 years ago, and believe me, he's the best coach ever that anyone can have. Believe me. I told him my dream is to go to the World Championship as the first Lebanese. And he told me, Ramy, if you follow my trainings, you will be there. And just in 2 years' time, I went there. But just because I had I had the dedication needed, and without the money, like without the support, without anything, just I said to myself, I want to do it. And
Yeah.
I've been working like since last year on it. Like I was asking my coach, how can I move to Belgium to become a better athlete, represent my country in a better image, maybe. He told me, Ram, you need to do it this way or this way. I told him I want to do it the best way, the best way. So maybe I can go with a team. Now I have I have 2 agreements from 2 triathlon teams from Belgium. So I'm gonna see which team I can join, and I'm moving in 3 months from now to be like a kind of a professional athlete.
Oh,
So
that's awesome, man.
because it's impossible to do it here in my country. Impossible to do it.
Just no support and there's not enough of
The only sport that exists in my country is basketball, and that's it.
basketball.
You can make a lot of money from basketball in Lebanon, a lot, but nothing else.
Yeah. So what does a normal week for you like look like when you're training?
Okay, so I train 6 times a week and
Okay.
3 times a day. So always Monday is my off day, and
Okay.
listen, it's not 3 sessions. It's not 3 training sessions. It's 3 sessions. That could be swim, bike, and therapy. That could be swim, bike, and something really, like. But usually it's 3 sessions a day. Yeah.
Okay. And what is that like distances or what does that consist of? What do you would put into it?
It's a combination. This is something I put with my coach. For the record, I did my Ironman certification, coaching certification from Ironman University in Texas. It was an
Okay.
online university, yeah. So just to understand what is this sport about, so I need to understand my body, the coaching. So it's a combination of we call it pliometry because we speak French. It's a
Yeah.
pliometry, yeah. It's swimming, of course, swimming. It's cycling, of course, running. But most importantly, something I do for myself is called performance analysis, because
Performance analysis.
yes, because in order to improve, I need to film myself, code myself, and then improve myself. Otherwise, if I have the best training program, I will never improve. If I don't have the best running technique, the best swimming technique, the best cycling technique, I will never go faster.
So you spend a lot of time
A lot.
yeah.
Analytics, like we call it biomechanics, like biomechanics. Yeah, it's how to improve from insole to helmet.
Okay, so that brings us into gear. So a lot of the like analyzing yourself, you have to work with the gear.
Yes, yes, and software also.
Oh, software. So you're like,
Yes.
okay, go a little bit more into that. I want to know a bit about that.
I am using some software called Sports Code.
Okay.
Okay, I had the chance to get it for free because it cost like 30K per year for the license to have it.
Oh my God.
Yes, because you can use it on and anything that's like you can use it on a F1 car, you can use it on a marathon runner, and you can use it on a teacher at school to assess his performance. So I have it like on my Mac, and I'm using like a 4K camera. You can use any 4K different cameras from different brands on a track and field, let's say, or on a treadmill,
Okay.
and I can you can listen. If you go through my Instagram account, you can check one of my recent videos. I was assessing something called the Z technique.
The Z technique.
Yes, it's how you run properly, injury free, and faster. Like if you are the same person without training, if I can optimize your running technique and put you ahead, like 4 minutes ahead your normal timing without doing any training.
Yeah, that's a huge
Only
thing is proper
yes,
running
yes,
technique. So you're not
yes.
fighting against your own body when you push.
Exactly. Same thing for cycling. Whenever we do like the body geometry fitting, like then there is laser fitting. There is a lot of fitting stuff.
Oh yeah,
Why?
especially for bikes.
Exactly. To be more aero, to be more light, to lose. So we cannot lose watts from bottles that some stuff that you cannot know and you are dragging with air. Same applies for hydrodynamics for the water. So if you have a really good wetsuit and you have the best products on earth, even if you have a shark skin wetsuit, believe me, you will still be the last one getting out of the water if you're not swimming properly, if you're not
Well,
having swimming with the right technique.
I'm always the last one out. I'm negative buoyant, so I just sink like a rock.
You know something? My weakness is swimming. So yeah. So the best thing I can do on a 1.9K is like 30 minutes. So like the pros are doing 22 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. I just sink. I sink as soon as I get in the water. I can't stand it. I think it's from all the years of fighting and the bone density getting harder and harder.
But if you get a really like if you get that coach that can give you the right technique, you can be a super fast swimmer.
Yeah,
Believe
because
me,
the
it's not about
strength.
being lean and it's not about being lean. You can have a look at Michael Phelps now. He's not a triathlete body person. He's full of muscles. He's a living legend guy. But still, if you can see him in the water, he's super fast, super fast. Not because
We still here?
hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes. Sorry, I think I lost the call maybe.
It's okay. We'll just edit it
Yeah.
out. Keep going.
So I was saying, like, you don't have to be like super skinny to be faster in the water. Like this thing maybe applies in running because you are
Yeah.
carrying more muscles. You are carrying maybe I doubt in your case more fat, but
Right now I'm pretty
yeah.
fat. I
But it
gained
same
like
applies for
13 pounds.
for cycling. So you more you are you more you go lighter, you more you go faster. So,
Yeah.
but not in swimming. Like in swimming, it's always about the right technique of pushing and being more hydro.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because all the top athletes in marathon are like
Yeah,
120 pounds, and it's
right,
just not fair.
right. This is why the top triathletes they will never win a marathon because they are full of muscles from the legs.
Yeah, because I guess it's all power to rate ratio on the bike, right?
Right,
Yeah.
pushing like hundreds of watts every day, like not a chance, like not a chance. Maybe you can do 230, 234 on a marathon, but you will never do like 225 or 27.
Yeah, I should really consider getting into triathlons because my legs got pretty thick from fighting.
I can always give you a hand, yeah. I can
Yeah,
always
man.
help you with anything you need.
I'll be in touch then for sure.
Definitely, man, definitely.
So you're moving to Belgium in 3 months.
Yes, sir.
That's a big decision, man.
Indeed, like it's not big as like 3 years ago I decided to 4 years ago actually I decided to quit my job. So
Yeah,
it's not yeah. So just for the sake of being a top athlete.
I think we have the same mentality because I quit my job a few times to move to Thailand to fight. So
Right.
it's
So
just
yeah, it's you see, and you always remember like in 10 years from now, you will remember this story. You will, with all my respect to everyone who's working. Like for me, I will take it on myself. I would never like tell my kids like I believe in storytelling. Like tell
yeah.
them, okay, I had a great job. I made a lot of money. Wow, that's a really good story. Yeah, it is. But tell them I was the first, like I was the first guy to go to the World Championship, and then maybe one day I will go to the Olympic Games and to represent my country in triathlon. Like
Yeah, so
to rewrite the history. Yeah, to
you're
rewrite
the
the history
first
of sports.
Lebanese triathlete that might get to the
Yeah,
Olympics, right?
yeah. No, not. I hope. I wish. I was in the World Championship last year. Yeah, the
World
first Lebanese to
Championship,
go
but
there.
maybe
Yeah,
the Olympics at one point.
hopefully.
Well, I think so. If you're like the top dog from Lebanon doing it,
Hopefully one day.
just keep grinding, man. You'll get there.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
pretty
Amen.
serious about it. So
Amen.
let's talk about the gear a little bit, as I don't know too much about triathlon gear. I
Okay.
know about running gear. That's about it. So, like, what's important about bikes and what's important in the water? Like, what makes a difference? What?
Okay. Uh, I used to answer differently to this question, but after seeing my coach's video on YouTube winning Kona with a super normal bike with a world record. You know what I mean? He broke yeah, he set the world record on a super normal bike back in 1996 where carbon rims didn't exist. Same
Yeah.
applies for aero frames, and wind tunnels was just a myth. So so now it's true that, like my friends called me, Ramy is the king of gadgets. I'm always like aware of my Scott Plasma premium bike with full ceramic speed upgrades and two power meters in my bike, and everything needs to be aero. Even the saddle needs to be aero. And whenever I met my coach, and I've seen his videos actually on YouTube, I said, what matters is training and dedication, and everything else is a gadget. Believe me, man. I'm
Yeah,
telling
I
you
guess.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, when I get too caught up in trying to use my heart rate monitor and all that stuff, and just not listening to my body directly.
Yeah, too much data is not really good for you. Like you need, believe me, I've tried this. Like every time I'm looking to my watch, I'm always aware. Am I setting the right pace? Am my heart rate is good? My lactic acid is good. Am I not aerobic now? Am I aerobic now? I'm losing concentration on my race.
Yeah, yeah, that's what happens, right?
Yeah,
Because you're
yeah,
because you're looking to like the gadget, like to tell you that
definitely, man.
what how do I feel right now? How do I feel?
Yes,
And
yeah,
when
but like,
in
yeah,
reality, it's just like listen to your legs, listen to your like
exactly, man. I
Is it
believe
coming
like
easy?
it's important to have watch. It's important like a triathlon watch. It's important to have a power meter during, but it's like we say it in Arabic, khalas, like the work is done. Like you are here, you cannot change anything. You are just
Yeah.
receiving data. You're not gonna go stronger or faster. So the data are only to tell you that this is your pace. You should not go faster. You should
Yeah.
not go faster. So, but yeah, yeah.
What about bike? Like, what do you do to get fitted for a bike? How does somebody go
So
about looking into that?
sorry, sorry, I didn't hear you.
How do you go about getting fitted for a bike? Like, if I want to
Like,
get a bike, what do I look for?
ow. That's also a big question. Okay, you're
So,
asking very technical questions, by the
well,
way.
that's
Very
great.
technical questions.
Well, obviously, I'm
Okay,
looking to get into this, so
okay. Do you have some like? Do you have like do you prefer any brand or something? Because I need
a
to ask you.
bike.
Yeah.
I haven't rode a bike in probably like 10 years.
Okay. Giant is the biggest factory of bikes in the world, and they
Yeah,
do frames for a lot of brands, like Specialized, made in USA. Like I used to have a Specialized bike, a Shiv. Specialized is a Merida frame. Like
yeah,
Scott, like Scott also is a Merida frame. A lot of bikes in the world are made from Giant factory, but they changed the name to, you know what I mean. So cycling, there is no, to answer your question technically, there is no perfect bike. That there is a super technical and professional bicycle engineer and product developer that they can develop a really nice frame and an amazing aerodynamic performance with the assistance, of course, of a wind tunnel. But
yeah,
there is no such there is nothing called like this bike fits you, because all bikes are really good, especially the big names, like when you say Scott, or when you say Specialized, and we say Giant, or when you say I don't know, Merida, Track, a lot of Pinarello, Bianchi, when you go to Italian bikes. And now you have a, you know, like since 4 years from now, like whenever Jan Frodeno won 2 times Kona, and then Patrick Lange won again 2 times Kona in a row.
yeah,
So 4 years in a row, the Germans were dominating the world championship in Hawaii.
yeah.
So Canyon bikes, they were growing like in terms of sales, like 400%.
That's a
So
lot.
like, yeah, so there is no perfect bike. Like it's a big question, man. But to answer you shortly, go for a Scott, because I ride a Scott.
Do you sponsored by Scott?
Yes, yes, I'm sponsored by Scott nationally from Maison du Ski. It's a sports shop in
That's
Lebanon.
that's good for
Yeah,
you, man.
yeah, thanks.
So you're preparing for uh, the Ironman 70.3 in Nice, France.
Nice,
Yeah, Nice.
yes, in Nice, France. Yeah, Nice.
What?
Yes, hopefully I qualify this year, because like now, now I'm preparing for my move to go to Belgium. So it's a big step. So I
Yeah,
think I don't know, maybe I'm gonna skip 1 or 2 races, but uh, I hope I'm gonna qualify. I need to respect this move, and the process and everything.
yeah. I think that's
But
pretty important.
yes, but I'm racing big time. Yeah, I'm racing big time by the end of this year. So whenever I am very well established in Europe, because it's an open border, continent. So it's not like my country is. It's a small country, and there's no Ironman races in my place. So every time I need to take the plane and take my aero bike bag and all my stuff just to do one race. So a lot of money spent for one race. Instead, I'm gonna, you do it in Europe just by car. Like, I'm gonna drive to my races.
Yeah,
So,
that's great.
but yeah, by the end of this year, it's gonna be the it's gonna be the big race in Bahrain. So, but this one will allow me to qualify to the World Championship in where? I forgot. New Zealand, 2020, New Zealand.
In New Zealand 2020.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully,
Cool.
I'm gonna qualify this year to Nice, but definitely I'm gonna I'm gonna qualify to New Zealand.
How much? What time do you have to finish with to qualify?
It's not about time. It's about position. So
Position?
yes. So like to give you an example, like last year in 2018, Ironman they claimed that they had 780,000 registered athlete. Yes, doing Ironman races like between 70.3 and 140.6, so full and half Ironman distances. So we were only 4,500 qualified athletes out of 780,000.
Ooh, that's a
So
lot.
yeah, 3,000 males and 1,500 females.
So
And
they go by position because I guess
yes,
all the
you need to,
courses are
yeah.
different.
If you're racing in age group, like 18, 24, 25, 29, 30, 34, you need to, it depends on the slots. Like each race, they have around 30 to, it depends on the race. Normally 30 to 60 slots. But
Okay.
like now in one of the races now in France, it's called Les Sables d'Olonne. They have 100 slots, qualifying slots for Nice.
Ooh.
And I was doing this race, but I'm gonna skip it because
Oh,
I'm
okay.
I'm because I'm moving to Belgium. Yeah,
Well, that's
it's in
bigger
June.
for your career than that, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty important. So, your
Yeah.
hobbies. You like reading, traveling, and photography.
Correct.
What do you like reading then?
Like I'm reading now too much French to practice French again before going to Brussels. Okay. Usually I read a lot of documentaries. I read a lot of researches and I watch a lot of documentaries. Researches about the latest technologies in my sports.
Yeah,
So
so pretty
yeah,
much the
yeah,
same as me. Just
yeah,
constantly
exactly. So
watching training techniques, coaching, reading.
it's definitely yeah. So
Just come. Yeah.
I'm not the type of people who reads like novels or love stories or so it's always scientific what I'm reading and researches something about Ironman universities or something like where I can be a better athlete also coach on myself because I coach myself and also I coach others.
Yeah.
So it's always science. I'm reading stuff about science, more specifically, yeah, like researchers, new banned products. So you need to protect yourself also. So you can maybe get some stuff by mistake. You can like gels or anything that maybe they could be banned. This is
Oh
part
yeah.
of yeah. So you need to always be in the loop of the latest WADA list. You need to read a lot of Ironman new regulations. So this type of reading, yeah.
Oh yeah, Ben. That must be hard. There's actually like gels and stuff banned in races.
Yeah, like long time ago, not long time, not so long. Like I think I'm not sure, but I think 2 years ago, something like 1.5 to 2 years ago, caffeine was banned to a certain level, like in your blood. I think
It's
I
not
don't
good
want
for
to give,
me.
yeah, I don't want to give some wrong numbers or some wrong info, but I think it was like 6 point. I don't know, but it was banned to a certain milligram in your blood. Now it's
Yeah.
fine. Like for example, now they said yeah, like it's fine. You can have caffeine for long distance races. Like even testosterone. Like there is a lot of banned products that you can have even when you go shop for your protein shake. You can have pills like testosterone
Yeah,
boosters
there's
or caffeine.
testosterone in there and
Yeah,
stuff.
or caffeine pills. Like for instance, in Belgium, caffeine pills are banned.
Yeah.
Can you believe it? Like
Like in the pharmacies and stuff.
anywhere, even you're not allowed to have them as an athlete because they believe caffeine pills they are harmful for your system. Like if you come to my country, you can go to a GNC or normal shop and you can grab I don't know 5 to 6 boxes and go home. And so it depends. So it varies from
That's
country to
crazy.
country. Yeah, from country to country, from ITU or from World Triathlon WTC. Like Ironman is not the Olympics, not the ITU. It's the World Triathlon Corporation. It's not the Olympics. Yeah, it's not the federation.
So what was your favorite event so far? What was the one that
Bahrain,
really stood out? Bahrain?
Bahrain 70.3, big time, man. Bahrain. big time Bahrain, because I hate climbing with my bike. Be- because I have a 55 chain ring.
Yeah.
You know what that's 55 chain ring? Like it's
No
like
idea.
driving. It's like okay, it's like driving an F1 car to Mount Everest. So 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 it's really hard like to bike with a 55. Do so anyway. I hate climbing with my bike. So, and even I hate going downhill from my. I think I'm losing all the aero stuff that I was working on for the whole year. So I
So
prefer the
you like the flats?
the
You like
windy
windy.
flats, windy flats.
So you're like cutting through the wind.
Yes, man, the aero
That,
stuff, like super
that's
aeros. Yeah, going
that's
like
that sounds
40.
horrible.
Yeah, like going 40, 43 average. I still remember 3 years ago, 25% of the athletes did not finish the race from the wind.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah,
you're cutting through the wind like a
yeah,
boss.
like it's an advantage for me to win the to win the
Just
race one day.
just miserable but happy at the same time. People are
Yeah,
dropping out
yeah.
everywhere.
It was super flat, super windy, but super amazing. The road are like, uh, it looks. Believe me, it looks like a Formula One course. And still, by the end of the course, you always have the chance to bike for 6 kilometers on the F1 course. So it's a really good. It's an
Oh,
amazing
that's fucking
experience.
amazing. That's cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So you go with your aero bike for like 60K plus downhill on a F1 course.
Oh man, that's awesome. That sounds
Yeah.
so epic.
Yeah. Did you know that F1 courses has uphills and downhills?
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But imagine going around those courses in that at that speed on those hills.
Yeah.
So what was the worst event to date? Which one didn't you like?
Austria, St.
Austria.
Pölten.
Man,
St. Pölten. Yeah.
you knew that right away. Why? Lots of
Yeah.
hills, lots of
Yeah.
climbing.
Even the worst thing that happened that the swim was in two lakes. It was freezing by the way. It was raining in the morning. And I had my right ear was infected from the water during the race. So I lost my
And
how do you
that's
say it in English? I lost my equilibrium point. How do you say? Yeah, I lost my balance. So I swam for one. You swim for 1 kilometer in a frozen lake. Then you need to run 250 meters on a wooden bridge, and then you go to another pool and swim 900 meters. It was the worst. It took me like 3 months to forget this race. Yeah. And then it was always uphill, climbing, and then you need to run 21 kilometers with an infected ear.
so
It was
you're
a disaster, but I
so
finished it.
you're all off balance, going uphill, doing
Yeah,
the thing you hate the most. While
yeah,
your ear hurts,
yeah.
and
I
then you
lost
gotta
balance. I crashed once on my bike even, but
yeah.
I said I don't want to quit the race. Like, no way, I'm gonna finish it.
That sounds yeah, I can understand why that was your worst event.
Yeah, yeah.
And so who like inspired you to get into triathlons? Do you have a
Uh, yes. Like more specifically to go international, like not just triathlon. Like triathlon, it was the story was in Lebanon, but to do 70.3 races and it was Sebastian Kienle. See, I don't know
Sebastian
if you know.
Kienle?
Yeah, he's a German triathlete. He's like a BMW engine. He won the world championship in 2014. Yes, after Frederick van Lierde. He's a beast, and now he's still winning races like European
Is it?
Championship. Yeah, he's in the top 6 or top 7 now. Yep. And but I
That's
never met him. I never met
no?
him in my life. I'm gonna meet him soon. I'm there
Yeah.
and now. Whenever I move to Europe, yeah,
Oh, nice. That'd be
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Uh, what else do we have to cover? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, I want to tell you something. The guy, do you know why he inspired me? Because there is a lot of top athletes in the world,
Yeah.
but Sebastian Kienle, like he inspired me because he's super humble. He's a genuine person. Like I just know this from his YouTube interviews and from his character. Even we had same sponsors. We had Red Bull. We had Red Bull
Yeah.
for yes. I had Red Bull as a sponsor for 3 years. So we had the same sponsors. So even I was hearing. I knew his story Like this guy was like he was like a normal person, and he decided, German, like they support sport definitely, like, and he
Yeah.
decided to go on Ironman distance, and he was really dedicated. There's also Xavier Gomez Noya. Please tell me that you know him. No,
No.
5 times triathlon, Olympic triathlon world champion, silver medalist once. Um, Half Ironman world champion once. So
Oh
the
man.
guy is a living legend also in triathlon. He's a Spanish guy. He inspired me also because whenever he at a at a very young age, they told him he tried to join a triathlon club, and they told him in Spain that you cannot join the club because you have a heart problem. And it's true, he had heart problems. And
What
they
type
told
of
him,
heart
you
problems?
are banned from doing triathlon, and you cannot join any team and national team in Spain. But like this is dedication. When this guy now, and this guy now, uh, now like 2 years ago he started doing Ironman races, but like 4 months ago he said on his social media that I will not do any Ironman races for the coming 2 years. I'm going back to Olympic distance triathlon, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to win the Olympic gold medal to be the greatest triathlete in history.
Yeah. That's that's some dedication. What was wrong with his
Yeah,
heart?
man. Yeah, yeah.
What was his
Sorry.
heart problems?
Actually, I don't know, but this is what it says on his in his biography and in his story. He had something in his heart, like his doctors told him that you cannot, yeah, like your heart is not ready to go for endurance sport. Like in terms of, I don't know. I'm honestly to be honest with you, I don't know what was his problem, like medically, but
Yeah.
his heart was not ready for doing endurance sport.
Oh man. Well,
Yeah.
obviously it was.
Yeah.
You did quite well.
Obviously his brain was stronger than his heart, indeed. Like his dedication, his everything, man, his everything was stronger than his heart. And I really respect his decision of winning the Olympic gold medal for the coming year, and I really hope that he can win it over Mario Mola and Vincent Louis, the best French triathlete on short distance at the moment.
I know what I'm doing when we get out of here. I'm gonna go do some studying. So, what would you like to tell people about, like, they're looking to get into triathlons and whatever long distance running? You come from a place where there's no funding, no backing. So, what advice would you give to somebody that wants to get into it that kind of thinks they can't?
Okay. Not only for triathlon, I'm gonna say it in general, and I'm gonna set myself as a small example.
Yeah.
Listen, something I didn't mention. I was born in the end of the war in 1990. I was born in a tank, in a military tank in
Okay.
1990. Okay, so we as a normal person in Lebanon, okay, I had nothing. Okay, I'm not a rich person. I'm rich in mind, like you, my friend, like a lot of people. I had nothing, and I had zero support in terms of sport. But I had something deep inside of me that always like motivated me to do something I love and I always wanted to do. And to everyone who's listening to me at the moment, it doesn't have to be triathlon or doing sports. It might be doing, I don't know, maybe someone wants to be a chef, a patisserie chef, I don't know, a cuisine chef, a Michelin, we call it Michelin chef, which is the best chef in the world. So my only advice is like do what you love, money will follow. I'm not working, I'm not making money since 3 years till now.
Yeah.
And once I decided really to invest in my talent, like what God gave me my talent, not only not the beauty from the outside, like the beauty in my mind, like to invest in my talent, which is in my case triathlon and Ironman distances. Believe me, I had tons of opportunities. Now I have two triathlon team. I'm gonna choose one of the teams. I'm moving to a European country where I can be a better triathlete. Maybe I will not be world champion, but I will become a better triathlete. And I'm sure I'm gonna motivate others and help others. But if someone needs help and maybe he's not, I'm not gonna say rich. I'm gonna say he's not. Sorry for my English. I'm gonna say he doesn't have the how do you say it in English? He doesn't have the
The drive, the
yeah,
discipline.
No, I'm gonna say the push or the support to hire a coach or to find the correct information or consultancy. I would ask everyone please to contact me. I'll be happy to help anyone. Even if he's asking for a training program, I can make a 1 year training program for free, because I'm not gonna be rich, if I'm coaching a lot of athletes. So I really prefer like the same thing, like it's the same as my coach did with me. He did good with me. He oriented me. So I need to give back also to the community. I need to help others also. Some startup person who would like to lose weight. He's not gonna do triathlon to lose weight, or he's gonna do it for his kid. He's handicapped, or he's someone he served in the U.S. Army. I don't know. He served in the Lebanese Army. He want to do it for his friends. Okay, I would love to help him, not for the sake of anything, just for the sake of doing something I love that I want to share with others.
That's exactly how I feel, word for word, pretty much.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah, man. That's great to end it on. Do you want to give your sponsors a shout out and maybe your social media to follow you at?
Yep. So my only Instagram account is Ramy.Nachar. It's Ramy.Nachar. So they can easily find me.
Yep,
So whenever anyone needs anything, they can just drop me a message, or can maybe send me an email, and I'll be happy to answer any question, anytime, anywhere. No
that's
worries.
awesome.
Yeah,
And your
man. Cheers.
sponsors?
Scott, Lebanon. I have Synergy wetsuits from the States. Thank you. I have Veraton projects also from the States. You see the support. They're always international.
Yeah.
And that's it. I have, yeah, those three main sponsors for now that I'm really happy and appreciate them from my heart.
All right, man. That was awesome.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Ramy. That was excellent. I really like talking with you. Everyone, you're listening to On Pace Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. You can find us at www.onpacepodcast.com. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at On Pace Podcast. And that's it. Thanks again, Ramy.
Thanks to you, my friend.
Welcome to the On Pace Podcast. Welcome to the On Pace Podcast.